Hey there, techies. Welcome to another video. It's been a long time, so I apologize if I'm a little rusty, but we're going to try to stumble through this as best as possible. So, first things first, you're probably wondering what was going on. Why have I been gone so long? Well, I've purchased a home of my own, and that process, for those of you who don't know, is quite lengthy and can be sometimes difficult. It also is stressful. As exciting it is at the end, when you move in, stuff like that, and it's all said and done, you get your stuff established, the process is a long time. It's very stressful sometimes. So, anyways, moved into a house that is, financially beneficial for me. Make a couple extra bucks in the sense, along with that, and get to move out of my parents' home, which is always a plus. Well, it wasn't really that bad there, but, anyways, got to move out eventually, right? So here I am, got all my equipment set up, got the house wired, wired it all up in Cat 6. So that's nice. Got keystone jacks throughout all the bedrooms and the living room. And really kind of think, well, it's a mediocre job at best. And I'll make a video about that and put it out for you guys so you can kind of see the work that I did around the place. But it's all wired up with networking equipment, switches, routers, and stuff like that. So you guys probably go crazy. Well, some of you go crazy over it, and some of you network experts and engineers will probably laugh at me and say, "What in God's green earth is he doing? That is not how you wire up a modular connector," but it works. And no, I'm just kidding. I think I did a pretty good job. So, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and start the video here. So today we're kind of making just a small video. It's not going to be a review. Don't worry, guys. More reviews are to come, along with the Techie versus User series. That's going to continue, and the fake tech support videos. I know a lot of you love those videos, and I love making them because it really has helped people out. The things that I've seen in the comments with people saying, this really helped me out. It basically prevented me from getting scammed or my parents getting scammed. That is just awesome to hear. Those comments just can make me want to continue to do this. And the past couple weeks, I've been really trying to get a video up for you guys because, I really enjoy helping everyone out. And I know you guys enjoy the videos too, and I enjoy making the videos. So, all right, enough babbling. Let's take a look at what we're going to do today. So, a lot of calls I've been getting lately have been for people complaining that they're going to be forced to upgrade to Windows 10. Now, some of you probably already know this, but there's a lot of people out there who don't, in the sense of being forced to upgrade to Windows 10. You probably have seen, I just got a little ahead of myself there, but we'll continue on. So you've probably been getting this Get Windows 10 app, and it's probably been bugging you saying, you got to upgrade now, or it's going to automatically upgrade within this time frame, in this time period. You can extend it off if you want, or you can start it now, yada, yada, yada. Well, this virtual machine really can't run Windows 10 because of the stupid driver issue. I don't know why it's a 3D driver and it shouldn't work. There's someone out there that might know a fix to this. Put it in the comments, but nevertheless, I really don't care. It's a virtual machine. It also might be related to the fact that I have it set to Windows 7. Maybe just solve my issue right there. But that's for a different day to try and figure that out. Either way, this is irrelevant right now in the sense of getting it to actually run on here. We're trying to stop it from installing. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you an app that can do that for you. So if you've been seeing this and it's been bugging you, I'm going to show you how to stop that from happening. So let's go ahead and download a program that's called GWX Control Panel. It's from ultimateoutsider.com, and all you have to do is just Google GWX Control Panel, as I showed you right there. You click on the first link, like I said, Ultimate Outsider. It should bring you a website somewhere similar to this, and then right up top here you can see you got GWX Control Panel. And now there's two different options over here to download. If you click that, it'll download two, the installer that is, or you can download the standalone version. Now the difference is the installer is going to basically run on your computer and monitor the situation on Windows 10 in the sense of if Microsoft ever tries to throw an update out that would bypass the initial modifications you're going to make to your system to prevent it from installing, it will go ahead and stop those before they even occur, if that makes sense. As for the standalone version, it's just a standard executable. You run it once, you delete it, it's done. It doesn't install anything in your system. It strictly just modifies your system to prevent Windows 10 from being installed. So for the sake of the video today, and for you guys, if you're novice users and you just don't want it to ever install and you're paranoid and you just get rid of it. I don't want Windows 10, even though I'd recommend Windows 10. Some people don't like it. Here's what you do. And I'd recommend doing the installer version. So we're going to do that for this video instead of the other version, which is the standalone version. So I'd recommend saving this to a specific folder. You can do the downloads folder, or I like to do save as you saw right there, and save it to the desktop. You may want to disable your antivirus in this case, just so it doesn't interfere. Sometimes I've seen the installation kind of get hung up in some scenarios. Don't necessarily know if it is the antivirus that causes it or not. I really didn't get that far. I just went ahead and did the standalone version for a client just to go ahead and get them going. So once it's installed, or once it's downloaded, you can go ahead and close out of the browser if you'd wish. And then make sure, once again, I know some of you like to skip this step. This is important. Right click. You see that? That context menu? Yeah. Pull that up. So right click and then click on Run as Administrator. Okay? Run as Administrator. You should get a prompt like this and then click Yes. And it's also important that you're in an administrative account. If not, you're going to be prompted anyways to type the password in, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's always recommended to be an administrative account. So here you go, yada, yada, yada. You know this procedure right here. And then we can go and select our destination folder. Yeah, great. Install. Boom. Done. You can already see it's installed. Automatically run it. Sure, we'll go ahead and do that. And then you will go ahead and have to accept the license agreement. Check the box. Click continue. And there we go. Now you're basically greeted with this nice, lovely interface here, which is going to make your job a lot easier. Up here, basically, I'll give you information. Is the Get Windows 10 icon app running? It's down there. It's running. So there you go. You can see it's yes. Is the icon enabled? Yes, it is. Just because it's enabled doesn't necessarily mean it's running at any given moment. So that's why they have that option there. And are Windows 10 upgrades allowed? Yes, they are. As you can see down here, when we opened up the app, it just wasn't able to run it due to the hardware issue with the drivers and the virtual machine. But either way, it would install if it had the opportunity to. Non-critical Windows 10 updates are enabled. You can just leave those enabled. It doesn't necessarily, it's an optional thing if you want. You can leave it enabled. I forgot what it said on the website. You can actually, I should show you that too. I know I'm all over the place, guys. Like I said, it's been a while since I've made a video. Let's go to Ultimate. There we go. There's actually a user guide right here if you want to go to it. And it's actually a very nice user guide. Very detailed orientated, so you shouldn't have any problem with different platforms and things like that, and it very well breaks down all the different options. And I did go through this a couple weeks ago. I was trying to make this video, but nevertheless I'd never got to it. So yeah, this will help you out quite a bit when it comes to trying to decipher certain things that you may not understand. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to just basically disable it, and that's it, and not allow it to install. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click here to disable and remove icon. So we're going to click that. That's it. That's all. Now it's gone. But you see right here it says, are Windows upgrades still allowed? Well, yes, they are. So in order to do that, we have to basically prevent Windows upgrades. So we click that. It's going to do a bunch of scripts, run a bunch of scripts and stuff like that. And there we go. Now you can see Windows 10 upgrades are not allowed on this system. So this system will not receive any more Windows 10 upgrades. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Nothing really to it. Now, in the event that you were getting prompted to install Windows 10, there's gonna be basically these two buttons right here will be illuminated, and you have the installation files on your system, and they take up quite a bit of space. I believe upwards to they can be from between about 5, and I've seen some folders like 10 gigabytes. So it takes up a huge amount of hard drive space. I don't know why. It must be dependent on which operating system you have, which version it could be, whether it's Home or Pro, something like that, with Windows 7. But nevertheless, it takes up some space. So if you want to get rid of it, you can basically click here to delete the Windows 10 programs. Well, these actually are a little bit different than the actual These are the programs like the Get Windows app and things like that. So you can go ahead and delete those, get those off the system, and there we go. Now you can see the app is not found. You might as well get rid of it, guys, because you really don't need it. If you're never going to upgrade, get rid of it. And then you can also clear the update cache if you want, so that any additional Windows 10 updates that have possibly come through will not kind of reappear and try to get you to reinstall it. Now, I've never seen it in any of the events that I've ran this app where people have called back and said, hey, it popped up again. I've never had any callbacks of using this app. So that is a nice thing to hear, that this seems to be very reliable in the sense of blocking Windows 10. And then also, if, like I was kind of saying earlier, if these two buttons are illuminated and you have a Windows 10 download folder created, you'll see the size up here. Go ahead and just click on, right here, it's faded out, that's why it's kind of hard to see. Basically delete the Windows 10 folder. This could take a long time, and I'm not kidding, this could take up to 10 minutes to delete. It may not look like it's doing anything, it might look like it's frozen, but trust me, it is doing something. You should notice up here the size of the folder kind of shrinking. It might take a couple minutes to actually notice it before it can register and stuff like that, but you might want to just click it, do something else, come back and just make sure the folder is going down. If it is, just continue to let it go. Now, you can manually delete the folder by going basically into these two buttons. Will lead you to the hidden folder on the on your hard drive, and you can manually delete it if you want. But if you don't necessarily know what you're doing, I'd probably recommend just letting the program do it for you. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As you can see, not much, and Windows 10 is not going to be installed in the system anymore. It's disabled. Done. This also comes with, like I said, monitoring stuff. You can enable the monitoring mode as per the manual, stuff like that if you want to. Otherwise, you can just close it out, and that's it. You're done. Reboot your computer. If you had any installation files, clear everything out, clear the memory out, that kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Not much, but that's it. And like I said, a lot more content to come. I'm hoping to kind of get some more consistent videos out at least once every 2 weeks. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, really, 2 weeks? We gotta wait? Well, yeah, I'm busy. Like, I got a house to pay off, guys. Okay, so just you gotta kind of bear with me here. So, but like I said, more fake tech support to come, and more techie versus user. A lot more techie versus user, actually. Now that I got my own place, don't have to worry about the parents and stuff saying, hey, you're keeping people up. So hopefully we'll get some more of that. But that's it. You guys are awesome. Continue to tell everyone, subscribe, comment. I know comments have been getting crazy and I haven't been answering a lot of them, but if it's important, message me. I try to check my messages. I know it's been about a couple weeks since I've checked them, and I've been away from the channel. So I do apologize to anyone who has sent me a message and I haven't responded. Doesn't mean I hate you, okay? It just means I'm very busy if I don't respond. So, but I'll try to get to it as soon as I can, and I'm going to go ahead and do that sometime this week. Respond to all of my messages that are in my inbox that have probably been piling up. So, anyways, that's it. I'll stop rambling on again, and see you guys later.